Italian lemon cake starts with 1 stick of butter in your fry pan. Then we're going to move over and cut up 3 apples. So I've already done 2. So I'm going to do this third one with you. Now I leave the skins on because the skin in a lot of fruits and vegetables are the nutritious piece. So just wash the fruits and vegetables, keep the skin on, unless it's like a banana, obviously you're going to take that off. But for the apple, I leave it on. We've washed it, and now I'm just cutting it into thin pieces. No magic here. You can just kind of do this in whatever thickness you want. You can get it pretty thin, and it'll just make your cake bake a little more evenly, so do try to get it pretty thin. If you have one of those apple cranks where it's like the peeler core slicer, you can use that. It'll be a little quicker, but I think you still need to then slice the apple pieces a little thinner even after you do that. Okay, so let's take the apples, all 3 of them, and the stick of butter should have melted on low heat, and we're going to pour those in and just give these a quick stir so that the butter is touching most of the apples. So I'm going to turn this up just a little bit to like a low medium so that it starts to just barely bubble and start to cook these apples down. Okay, so while that's happening, let's prepare our cake pan. So I have a springform pan. You can use any round pan. It doesn't have to be a springform. And we're going to take 1 tablespoon of butter. I like to put it on the paper towel just because it allows me to get it really nice and even on the cake pan, and then I can toss it in the compost or the garbage. So just spreading this, get it all in the corners, well, not a corner, but the circle corners, the sides, the bottom, get it nice and coated. This will help that cake just pop right out. Okay, these look great. They've softened, but they're not super wilted and mushy, so we don't want that because they are going to continue to cook in the cake. So what I'm doing now is just taking the apples out of the butter because we want to use both, but we're going to use them separately. So I've just got a slotted spoon here, and I'm taking all the apples and putting them into a separate bowl. And I turned the stove off, by the way, because we're done with the stove. Get every little piece of apple. Oh, there's one more. There we go. All right. So just set those apples aside for the moment. And we're heading over to the stand mixer. So if you don't have a stand mixer, you can use a big mixing bowl with a hand mixer. But if you do have a stand mixer, they're nice because it kind of does some of the work for you. So we've got 3 eggs. We're putting in 2 of the whole eggs into the mixer. But then with the 3rd egg, we only want the yolk. So if you have an egg separator, you can use that. If you don't, I'm just doing it with my hands, assuming that you don't have one. So I'm just going to kind of toss the yolk back and forth in the shell to let the white fall in the bowl, and I'm going to keep the yolk because that's all that I want. In the bowl it goes, done with the eggs. With that white, we don't need it. You can keep it and mix it up into a nice meringue with some sugar. That would be really awesome, but if you don't, just toss it. Okay, this is a zester grater. This is for the lemon. So we're going to zest 1 lemon. Oh, let me see it. Okay. So we're going to do the whole lemon, and when you zest, you really want just the yellow. You do not want a bunch of the white because the white is really tart and like bad tart. Like, yeah, see? So I'm doing like 3 swipes and then I'm turning so that we just get the beautiful lemony flavor of the peel. Now, you should have washed this before you started since we are using the outside of this lemon. We want, we don't want any garbage on there. So just give it a quick turn, 3 strokes, turn, 3 strokes, and this is going to give the cake such an amazing lemon flavor. And we're actually not going to use any of the juice. So you can juice that lemon and throw it in your water later. All right, next we need sugar. We're taking 2 scoops of that. Just toss it in there. So all we have in there so far is the egg, the lemon zest, and the sugar. Then we want some vanilla. Vanilla extract. If you can get pure vanilla, that's the best. If you have the extract sugar, that's fine. You just need 1 teaspoon. And then let's give this a mix. All right, back to the butter. So the butter is cooled off a little bit so that it doesn't cook our eggs. And we're going to take all the butter that's left in that pan and let it drip into the mixer. And this isn't the whole stick of butter, but remember there's butter already absorbed in the apples, so eventually the cake will get the full stick. Mix that up again. Alright, let's add our dry ingredients. So we need 1 scoop of the baking powder. And all-purpose flour. You can use cake flour if you want. I don't know if it's necessary, so just all-purpose flour is perfectly fine. So we're doing 2 scoops of this. And the exact measurements are in your recipe, so hopefully you're following along on the recipe for the sugar and the flour. I'm just trying to get it nice and even, because since we are baking instead of cooking, we do need to get this as precise as possible, because we're doing a chemical reaction, right? Okay. Mix that up. Now I start on low since I put the flour in there, so the flour doesn't go land all over the pan. And then once it's incorporated, turn it up a little bit. So that should have been pretty easy because we only added a couple ingredients. So now let's get all the apples in there, including the rest of the butter that you can see dripping a little bit out of the bowl. We're just going to give this a gentle mix. You can do this with a mixer, or you can do this with a spoon or a spatula, just to get it incorporated. The cake mix is mixed already, so we don't need to really do too much there, and we certainly don't want to beat it. All right, let's get it going. We're going to just pour all of that into our prepared cake pan. And I would use a spatula to get all of it in there, so you're not leaving anything in the bowl. There'll still be plenty in the bowl for you to get a little taste before the cake comes out. Give it a little shake to even it out, and then it's going in the oven. Oh my gosh. Okay, so it baked for 30 minutes. Since we buttered the pan, this should come out really nice. I'm just gonna flip it over onto the cooling rack. Look at that. Beautiful. The whole thing came out. That's what you want. So we're gonna let it rest here and then eat. Manja manja.